Philip, what are the allegations regarding France?
Well, it's unclear, Francois, just who was eavesdropped on in France because the report that has come out so far from these nine sources, these nine anonymous sources who read the classified information back from 2015. We're talking about 6 years ago when this report was first drawn up, which implicated Denmark in this scandal of spying on its European allies. The only person whose name has come out of this really is Angela Merkel, the German chancellor, and the current German president, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, is also one of those who is said to have been spied on. So there are rumors that French officials, French ambassadors, high-ranking French members of parliament may have been spied on by the United States using Danish equipment, but we don't know the names of those officials or those parliamentarians who are the victims. And I think if you look at the response coming out of France at the moment, it's quite a muted response saying, well, this is unacceptable. We need to get the bottom of this. We need to have an explanation. But I suspect behind the scenes, there's a lot of anger in France that this has been carrying on after 2013, when Edward Snowden, the CIA operative, blew the whistle on what was going on in the United States and all these spying allegations going on. He produced documents which prove that that was the case. This carried on for another year after that, which is, I think, in the eyes of the French and all the other European countries, totally unacceptable. So I expect there'll be many people getting in contact with Denmark asking for an explanation about what the Danish authorities actually knew and what they did and what their involvement in this is. And to put it bluntly, Francois, if Denmark was involved in this and Denmark did give the green light through its national security organization, the FE, for the United States to use its undersea cables to spy on European officials and parliamentarians and presidents or whatever, then that is shocking. But if Denmark didn't know that this was going on and it was in alliance with the United States and the United States was doing this behind Denmark's back, that is also equally shocking because it shows that Denmark is not in control of what is going on in its country. So I think there's a lot of pressure on the Danish authorities in Copenhagen tonight for an explanation in all of this, and why it's taken 6 years for these revelations to come out by more whistleblowers who read the report and then have released this information, and why the Danish authorities have been sitting on it for 6 years without saying anything.
And there was already outrage in 2013, and according to this timeline, the spying nonetheless continued for at least another year.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. So we all knew this was going on. We all knew the United States was spying on European officials. One can only guess at what Angela Merkel is thinking tonight. This is the second time that her telephone has been revealed as being eavesdropped on. I don't suppose she wants to make any phone calls, or she's changed her number several times since then. But, you know, when this is coming from the United States, okay, they're not part of the European Union. But when a member of the European Union like Denmark, which is a very strong ally of the United States, but also a member of the European Union, is caught with its hand in the cookie jar, if you like, aiding and abetting the United States to spy on its fellow European allies, that is something I think that has shocked all of those countries concerned. And we're talking about France, we're talking about Norway, we're talking about Sweden, we're also talking about the Netherlands. So as I said, I think there's going to be growing pressure on the Danish authorities to come up with some kind of answer as to why this happened. For the moment, all the Danes are saying is that, well, yes, this is totally unacceptable. One cannot spy on one's allies. But there's been no information so far as to why this took place and whether or not Denmark knew about it. And if they did know about it, why they allowed it to happen.
Philip Turl